Hi, everyone. Just want to mention that this webinar will be recorded. So before we begin, I would like to say thank you for being a part of this webinar, and I hope you will get some benefit out of it. I'm Milan, and this is my partner, Branko. We are running SmartClick together, and we help B2B SaaS businesses to increase their marketing qualified leads to sales qualified leads by fixing the buyer journey and filling the content gaps and bringing quality traffic to the website. This webinar will last about 30 minutes, and if you have any question, feel free to write them down in a comment, and at the end of the presentation, we will answer as much as we could, and everything else will be answered on email. Firstly, I would like to mention why we decided to organize this webinar. We have been working in the industry for more than 12 years, and there are really major changes in this industry these days. Our work still involves generating organic traffic, but high rankings doesn't always mean higher revenue, which is the main concern for every business. SmartClick is evolving to stay ahead of these changes, and we found out that even if we focus more on the buyer journey and filling all of the content gaps on the website, it could speed up the process of buying instead of just working for higher rankings. And also, we noticed that a lot of SaaS websites don't put so much focus filling all the content gaps to cover the buyer journey in all of their stages and for all of the roles, which of course will be covered later in the webinar. So let's begin. The first thing which you have to think about is to understand the buyer journey and how your content covers it on your website. Before discussing the content role, let's quickly recap the buyer journey and with the stages which is consistent. So the first one is the awareness stage. And at this stage, potential customers become aware of a problem or a need they have. They're researching and exploring possible solutions. The next stage is the consideration stage, where prospects have identified their needs and are actively evaluating various options and vendors to address them. At this stage, people are doing heavy research on whether or not your product or service is a good fit for them. And the final stage is the decision making, where buyers are ready to make a purchase decision and choose the most suitable solutions for them. At this stage, people have to figure out exactly what would it take to become a customer. Content marketing is a very powerful marketing strategy for SaaS companies to engage with potential customers and guide them through the buyer journey. It allows you to provide valuable information, build trust, and position your company as a thought leader in the industry. So let's see how actually content aligns with each of these stages. The first one, as I mentioned before, is the awareness stage. During this stage, we have to understand that buyers are seeking for information and answers to their problems. And your content should aim to create awareness about the pain points and demonstrate your expertise industries. So for this stage, you have to create like educational guides, which could offer step-by-step instructions, best practices, some problem solution content, and some informative content. Other examples could be how-to articles, best practices, tutorials, or some introductory ebooks. The next one is the consideration stage. And here at this stage, buyers already identified their needs, and now they are actively looking for a solution. So your content should focus on showcasing your unique value proposition and establish some credibility. At this stage, you have to consider creating content like interactive tools, like calculators, templates, cheat sheets, questionnaires, and something similar. Then advanced ebooks, demo content, something like frequently asked questions or customer testimonials, reviews, and so on. And the final one is the decision stage, where buyers actually already make a decision to make a purchase, and now they have to look out at some other information. So your content here should provide some confidence to them, and accelerate their decision to make the final push toward choosing the right SaaS tool or right SaaS solution for their problem. At this stage, you have to think about creating comparison pages, which is comparing two different competitors or your company with some other competitors. Then alternative two pages where you're comparing some features and how their benefits is better than the others. Product pages, pricing and packages, case studies, use cases, free consultation, and something similar like that. Now let's see how actually how to segment the content based on the decisions, influence, or job role. Before diving into that segmentation, first let's get familiarize ourselves with the different job roles that play significant roles in the buyer journey. There are three types of users who are like part of that decision-making process. The first one is the end user. And end user are the individuals who will directly interact with and utilize the SaaS solution. It's good to know that their experience, needs, and pain points are critical to ensure the successful adoption and usage of the product. The second type is the purchase decision influencer, or this is a person who actually just makes some influence to the final decision, but that person possesses subject matter expertise and holds a significant sway over the process. Because they contribute with their insights and recommendations to guide the champions when they will make the final decision. And the final role is actually the champion who makes the final decision. So he holds the authority to approve or not the purchasing decision. To effectively engage with decision makers, influencers, and end users, the whole job roles, we need to tailor our content to their specific roles and requirements. So let's now explore segmentation strategies for each of these roles. The first one, as we mentioned before, is the end users. And to engage with this with this type of users, your content should focus more on practical benefits, usability, and ease of implementation. So you have to consider creating user guides, tutorials, walkthrough articles, introductory ebooks, how-to articles, with the final goal to give more information to this kind of user. The second type is the influencer or the purchase decision influencer. And to win over these people, your content should provide detailed insights and address their specific concerns. So you have to consider creating the following content types, like product comparison or content case studies, success stories and testimonials, expert analysis and reviews, demo pages, product demonstration, and something like that in that range. And the final one is the decision maker. And to capture attention of these people, to capture their attention and trust, your content should emphasize the strategic benefits and alignment with their organizational goals. So to attract them, you have to consider creating content like product pages, how they could return the investment of your product, your value proposition, customization and scalability. Is it easy to scale when the organization scales? To give them another proof with customer testimonials and references, and with some page with pricing so they can fit that into their investments and finances. Let me give you an example how actually our company decided to choose ClickUp as our task management tool besides the rest. So our team was having like a hard time to organize the workflow in Asana, the tool which we used before. And during our meetings, we had very often discussions how to improve our workflow. So one of our team members, as a role of end user, took an initiative to analyze all of the functions which we actually need and which are currently missing or not organized well on Asana. So once the research was made, I had a role as an influencer to the decision. and just checked some demonstration and some pricings. And then I told Branko, who was the champion decision in this case, to actually make the final decision. After that, he did continued to do some other researches, looking for alternatives of Asana. And after a couple of tests, his final doubt was between Monday and ClickUp. Both of these tools are good and are good for our needs, but ClickUp had some better onboarding documentation and a lot of other videos, which our team found them useful. And at the very beginning, had already a lot of resources to start with. So as a conclusion to all of this, it doesn't mean that Monday or any other task management tool is bad, but this is just one example how Asana lost us as a customer and how Monday and the rest doesn't provide all the necessary information for all of the buyer roles for us, for the end user who started researching the tools, for me as an influencer, and for Branko as a champion. And it's really important for you to understand why you have to cover all of these content gaps and present the content to all of these buyer roles, because if you miss some part of it, it's really obvious that you will lose a sale. Now Branko will continue to explain you how to find the questions that your potential customers have.
Okay, so let's start. I will share with you some of the strategies that we use every day in order to find the questions that the potential customers of our clients have. The first strategy that we use is the customer support. We ask the support team to provide us the questions that are often posted through the emails, live chat messages, submitted support tickets, and etc. The second strategy that we use is the customer surveys. We use online tools and surveys to understand the concern of our potential clients and our current clients. The third strategy that we use is questions that are posted on Google. We use the Google search engine and other tools such as Also Ask, SEMrush, or Ahrefs in order to find the questions that are posted on Google by the potential clients. The fourth strategy that we use is the competitor analysis. We use this strategy to find some of the missing FAQs, and we are doing that by analyzing their FAQ section and also the blog post. And the last strategy that we use, and I think it's the most important one, is the brainstorm ideas. We brainstorm ideas by putting ourselves in the shoes of each decision influencer role, and we think in direction of what we would like to know before making the purchase. So while we are brainstorming ideas, we write down all the questions that we come up with, and we map all the questions to the right page. SEO these days, it's not about generating traffic and ranking for keywords. It's used for validation of existence. By that I mean you need to answer all the questions that your potential clients have. Whatever is presented on a sales call, you need to have the same information presented on the website as well. And I will explain you why. Lately, I've been reading that ranking for branded keywords is not considered as an SEO success. And I don't agree with that, because when you are in the awareness stage and you are looking for a solution to your problem on Google, once you find the right solution, it's most likely that you will remember the brand name and not the website URL. So when you are ready to buy the service or solution, in order to find the website again, you will start typing the brand name and the service that you need, instead of typing the whole URL address of the website. In regards to conversion rate measurement, it's not an easy way to measure the conversions for every marketing channel, and especially not for SEO. I will explain that with an example. If you are looking for a solution on Google Once you visit the website and after a while you find all the information that you need, you leave the website. You will be retargeted with other marketing channels, such as social media paid ads or PPC. And once you convert into a customer, it's not considered as a conversion from SEO. But at the end of the day, the most important thing is to have more conversions and purchases, and doesn't matter from which channel they're converting most.
Thank you for your time attending to this webinar. I would like to encourage you to double check your content on the website and find is there anything which is missing, which actually could lead to missing a sale. So if you need some help with this, please send us an email and we can find 3 content pieces which are missing on your website to fill those content gaps, and we can discuss that together on a call.